Hello, everyone. It's a beautiful day today, and the rain has succumbed, and the ground is turning green and beautiful. And it's a perfect time to stand up and sing this incredible song that James Vandenberg wrote. This is called "This Is the Day." Join the choir. Let's make it happen.
Good morning, Vision. How are you this morning? How is everybody? Oh, you're awfully quiet this morning. I'm not used to that. Yes, my dear. Oh my gosh, I messed up. You're right. Let's do that. I'm just going to sit over here and be quiet.
God is
know this day is perfect. It is whole and complete. It is just as Spirit made it. And we are here as the outpicturing of the divine life of God, each and every one of us, an incarnation of the one life, expressing and experiencing all of the qualities of God through us and as us in the world, from abundance to beauty and balance and wisdom and unity, everything that we think of as God, all of those qualities are qualities of us. And we express them to the degree that we awaken to the truth of our own nature, that we express these God qualities through us in the world, changing not only our lives, but the lives of all those around us. Like a lighthouse on a hill, we shine brightly and we transform the world. I give great thanks for this philosophy, for each one of us here, for the truth that we share and for the transformations that occur. I know it is all God and it is all good, and so it is. Good morning, Vision. And isn't it great to have someone that can get you back on track when you go off the rails? I love that. I should just have them. You can follow me around all the time because I do need that a lot. Anyway, welcome to Vision. I'm so glad you're here. What a wonderful morning it is. You're here on a great day. Choir Sunday, right? This is this is the best. I love Choir Sundays. Okay, we are here to know the truth, to transform our lives, transform the lives of others, to bring peace on earth, to walk through the finished kingdom that we know exists right here and right now. Isn't that a lovely thought? Oh, I just love that. Anyway, I'm talking way too much. We have practitioners who are here to pray with you and for you. I'd love for the practitioners to raise your hands or stand up, identify yourselves. Look at these wonderful people that are here. They've gone to school for years in the art of compassionate listening and the science of healing prayer, and they're here to pray with us, to know the truth for us. So get to a practitioner at the end of the celebration. Get some prayer support for yourself if anything is going on in your life. And if nothing is going on in your life, right? You can still use prayer. Everybody can. There's just no such thing as too much prayer. So do that. Our visitors, our Vision community at large that are just watching us from above. I love that. Hi, guys. They are going to a meet and greet room. That's what you do. After the celebration, the online community will go to a meet and greet room, and they can get practitioner prayer there as well. We have breakout rooms where you can get one-on-one prayer. So wherever you are, you can get prayer through with the Vision practitioners. So please do that. Please do that, everybody. There should be lines in front of the practitioners just waiting for prayer. So really, if not, you know what? The practitioners will start going through the room and just taking you and say, you need prayer. And they'll just, don't you think you could use that, right? That would be lovely. Would you say no? Of course not. You wouldn't say no. Anyway, get prayer. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is that we have guest packets. If you are new to Vision, or if you're visiting and you'd like to know more about us, or if you are a long-standing member and you'd like to invite someone into the community, this is a great way to do it. Just give them the guest packet and say, here, you'd love this community. They would love you, and you'd fit right in. So we like to do that. So spread them around. Give them out into the community. There is also, right, our saying on the front that we say every week for ourselves and for our guests and for you folks at home, for everybody that we know and don't know. So let's say it together. Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here, you are safe, and you are loved. Thank you so much. And now what I would like you to do is, because there's so many of us in here, just turn to someone and welcome them to Vision, or tell them your name, or ask them their name. Just chat. I love it. We're a chatty bunch. We'll just keep going if I don't rein you in. I'm going to turn it over to our wonderful Higher Vision Choir now, and they're going to sing our centering song to prepare us for the 5-minute.
Good morning. My name is Ann DiNapoli, and I'm a licensed practitioner here at Vision. So we are going to move into a moment of silence and allow the tones of the bowl to bring us in and out of a 5-minute meditation after. So I have a couple of quotes to take into the meditation. Every day is a renewal. Every morning, the daily miracle. This joy you feel is life. And that's Gertrude Stein. And our founder, Ernest Holmes, said, as we come to surrender all littleness and all fear and doubt, that great river of life flowing through, the mind of God will renew our vigor, remake our strength, ennoble our being, heal our bodies, and bring peace to our hearts. memorial candle is lit today for Alberta Jacobs, mother of Richard Jacobs, and the mother-in-law of our beloved practitioner Hummingbird. And I absolutely know that there is no death, that there is a releasing of the mortal body, and the soul, that person goes up, up, up into the spiral of more joy, more love, more connection, more wholeness. And I know for the family and friends of Alberta that they are peaceful in knowing this as well, that there is complete peace and joy and memories and connection with one another, that all of the qualities of God are recognized and known in each person. And I know that being one with that one mind, that one power, I absolutely know that each and every one of us is a part of that quilt of existence, that each and every one of us is an expression of that one mind. And knowing this, I know that there is peace, there is joy, there is abundance, there's health, there is all of it for all of us. And we are knowing and accepting around this planet that we are connected, that we are, each and every one of us, precious, that we are all of the things that God is. I am so grateful for this community, for the music, for the practitioners, for Reverend Patti, for the technical support, the choir, everyone who volunteers. It makes this community so special. And I know that everything we do here goes out into the universe, causing a higher vibration. And so I'm so grateful, and I release this knowing it's done, and so it is.
Namaste.
January, here we are, January, root and reboot. Root and reboot is the theme, and we've been talking about restarting, renewing, refreshing, recommitting, right? Getting up and doing that sort of thing. Today is New Year, right? It's just Chinese New Year. We have the year of the rabbit. It is the water rabbit, by the way, because each one of those signs is associated with one of the 5 elements. So earth, air, fire, water, metal. And so this is a water rabbit. I don't know what the differences are, but there you go. I love that. So Happy New Year. We celebrate everything here at Vision because I think life should be a celebration. It really should be. The newness of things, whenever the calendar turns, whenever there's something new to celebrate. Yesterday was Ernest Holmes' birthday, so we can celebrate that as well. He would 136, right? He would have been 136, so yay. Yeah, Ernest Holmes' birthday. So this is like, what a month. What a month. We've had so much to celebrate already. I love it. And so the theme is root and reboot. Like I said, we talked about refill on the first Sunday, about going away and just like being quiet and just refilling ourselves. And then refresh was the week after. And then last week, our wonderful ministerial student, Marcus, made us listen. Well, he didn't make us, but he led us through recognize, which I love, absolutely love. And today we're going to move forward with renew. So what does it mean to renew? Right? What does it mean to renew? I just took it literally, so I went to the dictionary, right? What does it mean to renew? And one of the definitions is to extend for a further period the validity of something, right? We renew our driver's license. We, renew a subscription to a magazine. We renew our new woman. I don't even think they make that magazine anymore. Anyway, we renew things, right? But the other definition is to resume an activity after an interruption, like the meeting was renewed after the protest, right? Sort of something like that, right? Something that was interrupted and then begins again is renewed. So, resume after an interruption. And I started thinking about that in terms of, that's our lives right now, isn't it? Really, that's our lives right now. After about 3 years of COVID, we are renewing our lives. We are in the midst of renewing our lives, restoring back to normalcy or some new normal, right? There's kind of a new normal that we're creating after the COVID, after sheltering in place, remember wiping down all your groceries before you bring them in the house? Remember doing that? Oh my God, what a weird life, and then staying apart and staying home and wearing masks everywhere you went. Oh, man, 3 years of going through all of that stuff. And now we are renewing our lifestyles. And I think for most of us, I'm sure it's a part, right? It's a little of maybe resuming activities we always participated in before the plague, and then maybe some of us are living part of that and part of living a new normal where things have changed and things we didn't do before that we're doing now, so it's like breaking our lives up, right? BC and AD, just like in history, right? Before COVID, after disease, we've reinvented it, it's like, here's where we are, folks. And part of this renewing our lives is doing familiar things maybe in new ways, right? It's all about change. It is all about change. And so part of renewing might be, eating healthier foods, right? Eating healthier foods, particularly during COVID, during the sheltering at home time when maybe we were eating more comfort foods. Anybody but me? Am I the only one here? Comfort foods, right? When we were sheltering in place, because that's what we do normally. When we're stuck and we don't know what's going to happen and we're a little unsure about things, we go to comfort foods. Biscuits and gravy, mashed potatoes and gravy, pot roast and gravy. I sense a theme here for me. We get that need to just comfort ourselves when going through something like that. So we renew a commitment maybe to eat healthier as we're coming out of this, or at least eat as healthy as we did before COVID, or maybe just change it totally, right? Part of renewing might be getting back to the gym. Anybody going back to the gym? No. Anybody? Yes, I saw a couple of yeses. I did. We vowed you commit to get back into shape. And I said, hey, I'm round. Round is a shape. Oh, the problem is here. But some of us do, or build the gym in your spare room or in your garage or something. We start making this a new normal for ourselves. Part of renewing might be just walking more, getting out in the air more, getting more steps in on your little, thingy on your wrist, and being more active in general because we've been sheltering in place so long. We've been sitting in our rooms and working from home and being in front of our computers so much. So maybe that's part of this renewing, this sense of renewal, is to be more active in general. We're going back to the theater, right? The theaters are open now. Yeah, everybody's clapping that. The theaters are open again. The movies are open again. All kinds of things. Concerts are happening. Here at Vision too as well. So come there, right? Part of renewing is usually getting back to our daily spiritual practice as well, which may have fallen away during COVID because you just didn't feel like it, right? Or for whatever reason. And going into lockdown isn't the only reason we fall away from our spiritual practice. There are a whole host of reasons why we start skipping our daily spiritual practice. Anybody? Like go, a couple of days go by and haven't, the little meditation cushion is getting a little dusty because your behind wasn't on it, Anybody just get too tired during the day? Oh, it's just too much. I can't do it. I'm tired. Or too busy to sit in meditation. Oh no, I got way too much to do. Or maybe too doubtful. This stuff doesn't work anyway. What am I doing, right? Wasted my time. Well, here's what Ernest Holmes had to say about your spiritual practice. He said, no matter how many thoughts of doubt enter into our minds, let us brush them aside. If we do this, we shall soon discover that through the Spirit within us, we shall meet every doubt that enters our mind with a greater faith. We shall meet every confusion with a deeper sense of calmness. We will take the time to do this every day, to start and to end our day with a sense of peace and well-being. That's what your spiritual practice is all about, right? To start and end your day with this sense of peace and well-being. And easier said than done, isn't it? Because life has a tendency to get in the way, Sometimes it's just easier to say it than do it. I don't know why. But there are many times throughout our lives where we fall away from our spiritual practice, even though we know it's the best thing for us. Our spiritual practice is like riding a bicycle. Somebody had said that. Somebody made that comparison. I can't remember who it was. But when you're on your spiritual practice, you're pedaling your bicycle and everything's great. And when you fall away from it, it's like you stop pedaling. And it'll go for a little while, right, on its own, and then what happens? Yeah, it falls over. We fall over. So it's like that. Our spiritual practice is necessary every day, and we don't do it, right? We fall away from it every once in a while for any reason. Any reason will do, right? In Romans 7:15, they say, for this was Paul, for what I am doing, I do not understand. For what I will do, that I do not practice. But what I hate, that I do. Right? And aren't we all there? Weren't we all there at some point? It's like, I really shouldn't have that extra piece of cake, but I'm gonna. I really should get to the gym, but I won't. Right? Oh my gosh, I missed the gym yesterday, just like the last 375 days. Right? But I'll get there. That membership is still there, I'll tell you. Right? We know what's good for us, but too tired. Sit anyway. Sit on your meditation cushion anyway. What are you doing when you're sitting in meditation? You're not doing anything anyway. How can you be too tired to do nothing? My God, right? You're sitting there on your meditation cushion. You're sitting there waiting for nothing to happen. You might as well, right? And so what if you fall asleep? Well, so what if you fall asleep during meditation? It just means you're not getting enough sleep. That's all it means. So just do it every day anyway. Do it every day. Not that you can't meditate, right? Well, every time I meditate, I fall asleep. Fine, do it, right? At least you're meditating. Too busy? I know, love people come to me all the time and say, no, I can't meditate, I'm too busy, I'm too fidgety, I can't sit still. That is just the deception of distraction. That's all it is. I'm too busy. My mind keeps going. I can't sit. I can't concentrate. I got too much to do. It is the deception of distraction. It's the ego's way of keeping you relying on it instead of your inner spiritual being. That's all it is. It is a way for ego to keep us distracted so we are not relying on our inner spiritual truth, our guide, our highest self. We just let ego be in charge, and ego will run you around all over the place and tell you what to do and where to go, and you're just too busy to meditate. And remember what ego stands for, right? Edging God out. That's all it is, edging God out, because your ego knows better. So when we're too busy to meditate, we can be too busy for a variety of reasons, and they're all avoidance reasons. This is the deception of distraction. Remember, overwhelm is a choice, right? It just doesn't happen to us. Overwhelm is a choice. We purposefully will overstructure our lives, we'll overcommit, we won't take that time out to refill like we talked about it the first Sunday of the month. Right? But we're choosing to be overwhelmed, being too busy, committing to too many things. We are definitely prioritizing, but your spiritual practice is not in the top spot when you don't have time to meditate. Right? And why is that? Well, I think for a lot of us, the silence scares us. Because when we slow down and shut up, what are we going to find in there? What are we going to find in there, right? If we just slow down and sit in the silence, whether or not we want to, what are we going to find in there? Perhaps something we don't like. And that's where the deception of distraction leads us away from it, because we don't want to look in there. We don't want to look. There'll be something in there we don't like. There'll be something in there maybe we need to heal. Maybe we do need to look at. And that's when the real work begins, right? To heal those things inside of us that are driving us to not look at them. That's when the real work begins. What if we get too doubtful? Did you ever get too doubtful with your spiritual practice? Did you ever get too doubtful for your faith philosophy? Like, this is not working. This is not working for me. I don't think things are transforming in my life. That's not there. There's a big banner there in the spring that says transforming lives through practical spirituality. We are a practical spirituality. This is what we do. We transform lives. We want to see that transformation. You want to see that transformation in your own life. Life is better. Life is happier. Life is more abundant. Life is more joyful. Life is whatever. That's what this spiritual philosophy is about. We start doubting when things don't come according to our timetable. That's really where the doubt comes in, doesn't it? Like I've been praying, nothing's happening. You know, it doesn't happen according to our timetable, so that's where the doubt sneaks in. Our doubt keeps things from transforming. See, this is the way it works, though. Isn't that weird? Things don't happen for a little bit, and then we start to doubt, but the doubt itself keeps things from transforming because we kind of put the brakes on. Ernest Holmes said this: all thoughts of doubt concerning one's ability to heal come from the belief that it is the personality and not the law that does the healing. We think we're the ones that are doing it. And so if it doesn't happen, or it doesn't do it, well, then this doesn't work. All thoughts of doubt concerning one's ability to heal come from the belief it is the personality and not the law that does the healing. So when we give it over to God, there's no stopping spirit. There's no condition in your life that cannot be healed by spirit. That's just the way it is. And sometimes we fall away from our spiritual practice because we think we got this, right? Do you ever, that joke about the lady looking for the parking spot up and down the aisles, looking for the parking spot? She can't get it. So she finally, after a while, goes to prayer. Oh, God, please get me that parking spot in front of the store. And then all of a sudden, the car pulls out, and she pulls in right in front of the store, and she goes, never mind, God, I got it. We feel like we're doing it, right? We feel like we got it. We don't need God. God, you can sit down. Sit down, take a break. I got this handled. We think we can do life on our own. So we fall away from our spiritual practice, right? I don't need God in this. And then something happens. You know how that goes. We feel like we don't need the divine activity in our lives. We can handle everything, and we relegate spirit to the background. See the above quote. All thoughts of doubt concerning one's ability to heal come from the belief it is the personality and not the law which does the healing. We are putting ourselves in that place. When we think we've got this, I got this, I ain't got this. It's like, it's just not the truth of us. It is always spirit doing the healing, always. You can take credit for it, it's all right, but it is always spirit that does the healing. You know those bumper stickers? I love those bumper stickers. Certain faith philosophies have, God is my co-pilot. Honey, if God is your co-pilot, you sit in the wrong chair. You are just like, move the hell over, because Spirit's supposed to be leading the way. Spirit's supposed to be our place of first resort, not last resort, right? We don't do our spiritual practice. We don't. Then something comes up and it's like, oh my God, I got to pray about this because it's all going off the rails. You already need to be praying. You already need to be sitting. You already need to have your spiritual practice in place so that when things do come up, and inevitably they come up, they're just a bump in the road. You've got this spiritual practice to fall back to. You know what the truth is. It must be your place of first resort and not last resort. How do you get to be excellent on the piano? How do you get to be excellent on the piano, Mark? Practice. Practice, 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 right? How do you get to be skilled on anything? Practice, practice, practice. Here's a quote from this thing called life. Ernest Holmes said, do you and I really believe that there is a power greater than we are? That's a real fundamental question for us as religious science. Do we actually believe there is a law of good available in the human affairs and relationships? Do we? This is the fundamental question. These are the two most vital questions in our lives, and they must be answered, he said. They should be answered in the affirmative, we do believe. There is already something within us, put there by a power greater than we are, which is strong and resilient and unafraid. And we must take time to develop this something, to really feel its presence and feel its power. We must believe it and remove all doubt. Ernest Holmes said we must have mental discipline and spiritual practice. Mental discipline and spiritual practice. He actually said in that same talk, he said, if you do desire to become skilled at the piano, you practice the piano. You don't throw stones at it. Right? And that's what our doubts are. Our doubts are throwing stones at our mind, our spiritual practice, our truth. Right? We must take time for it. We must do it. We unbusy ourselves, unburden ourselves, and do it. And we don't talk about doing it. I know a lot of people talk about it. Oh, yeah, I do every day. Oh, yes, I do every day. And then something comes up and they fall apart and I go, yeah, not so much. Yeah, I don't think so. Right? We must take time for it. We can't just talk about doing it. We can't throw stones at it. Right? Throw doubt at it, like throwing stones at the piano. We must know that we know. Ephesians, don't be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Everything begins in mind. Everything begins in mind. So we must have our spiritual practice to keep our mind centered on truth and clear and convinced of the power of our word. We have to believe in that power greater than we are and allow it to flow through us and change conditions around us. We have to believe. Spirit does not care what came before. Spirit does not care what your current conditions are. Spirit can transform them. That's just the truth. Not you, not me, Spirit. Spirit does the work. And in John 16:30, I love this. He says, these things I have spoken to you. that in me you might have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world. That Christ consciousness is in you. That Christ consciousness that says, I have overcome the world. That means I've overcome the physical limitations of the world. I've overcome the tribulations. That Christ consciousness in you overcomes those physical conditions. And it does it through prayer and speaking your word and changing the conditions around you. The Christ consciousness in us overcomes the world. It is not bound by precedent. That's what that means. I have overcome the world. It means principle is not bound by precedent. That was Thomas Troward. That was his interpretation of that. What comes before doesn't matter. I don't care if you had the same experience 100 times in a row. When you change your consciousness, you change the conditions around you. Spirit realized must result in a change, in something, a change in conditions. The Christ consciousness in us does the work through us that needs to be done by us. When we are totally convinced in our own minds, without a doubt, that there is a power in the universe greater than we are, then we can use it. We are transformed. That is our philosophy. Then we are renewed. Thank you. Daryl Thompson. Yay, he's sitting in with our choir.
In this day, a festival is taking place in the realm above, as it was promised to us in the scriptures of the past. This is the day. This is the day. This is the day. This is the day. This is the day of great rejoicing. In this day, rejoicing. It's time to celebrate. It's time for rejoicing. It's time to celebrate. It's time for rejoicing. It's time to celebrate. It's time for rejoicing.
Celebrate,
Rejoice,
celebrate,
rejoicing,
celebrate,
rejoice,
celebrate,
rejoicing,
celebrate,
rejoice,
celebrate,
rejoicing,
celebrate,
rejoice,
celebrate.
rejoicing. Oh, 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 celebrate. Oh, 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 celebrate. Oh, 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 celebrate. Oh, 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 celebrate.
Celebrate,
Rejoice,
celebrate,
rejoicing,
celebrate,
rejoice,
celebrate,
rejoicing,
celebrate,
rejoice,
celebrate,
rejoicing,
celebrate,
rejoice,
celebrate.
rejoicing. It's time to celebrate. It's time for rejoicing.
Yeah, that gets you going, doesn't it? Come on, yes. Yay. The Higher Vision Choir, led by James Vandenberg, yay. Special guest, Daryl Thompson, sitting in. Thank you so much. I think he needs to do that a little more often. What do you guys think? Thank you so much. Yay. Okay, now it is our time for conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to support, to give back, to really make that commitment, to renew that commitment. This is your spiritual home. This is where you belong. This is your spiritual community, and we support that. We support that, and that's what tithing and giving and donating is all about. So if you are choosing to give today, thank you. It keeps us doing what we do. All of this good music and wonderful lighting and everything that we have. Because of you, this is your community. You're supporting it. So I would love for you to put your gift in your hand, or if you give online automatically, don't make it automatic. Really think about it. I want it to be a conscious thing. So think about that. Think about the giving that you do online. Just bring it to your mind so that when we go within with prayer, you know this is a conscious choice. I'm supporting this vision of vision that we hold dear. So I know and accept that all of these gifts come through rejoicing, through loving and living this philosophy, this community, in the way we do it. I know and accept that all of the good that flows through here expands this ministry, expands and expresses the good of spirit as we know it, and we want it done. And so I give great thanks for each and every penny of good that circulates through here, knowing abundance is ours. We stand in the river of God's abundance, arms wide, accepting gratefully, giving graciously, and remaining in the flow always. And so it is. lovely song. Now it's time for our Miracle Minute, and I did get a Miracle Minute. I got a little text recently from Rich who said he was going to be having some oral surgery this past Wednesday, and he was kind of nervous about it, a little stressful, a little anxious. You know how you get, right? When people are going to do stuff to your body, it's like little anxious. And he got prayer support from his practitioner on Tuesday night beforehand. He said it just sort of, the tension and the stress just sort of melted away. Went into the surgery Wednesday morning, confident, peaceful, right, at ease, and everything went well and wonderful, and yay, and we support him in that. So yes, thank you. Let's see, what else am I doing now? That's it. So when you have a demonstration of answered prayer like that, if you have those, those places where just things shift, it's one way and then it's the other because you prayed or because you called a practitioner, let me know so that I can share it with the group, and it keeps us motivated to stay on our spiritual practice, doesn't it? When you hear like, oh my gosh, it works all around. It keeps us motivated to stay on our own spiritual practice. So even if you haven't had a demonstration yet, you will, right? You will. That's what these Miracle Minutes are about, just to inspire us to continue on our spiritual path. And now it is time for The Last Word by Johnny Kirko.
I didn't get Jim today, but I got the choir. That was pretty hot, huh? How about that choir today, huh? I love singing with these guys. They got all their blue on today. We're wearing our frozen blue today. So, hello everybody online. We are continuing our meet and greet right after our celebration. Join us for that. We have one-on-one prayer available with a practitioner. I'd like to say hello to you. Congregational Sunday is today. Welcome everybody who's in-house. We have got some fantastic food, and I have a list of what we have available. Celebrating all the Chinese New Year, right? Chicken fried rice, vegetable lasagna, there's ham, Chinese cucumber salad, roasted green beans, crispy baked something, and Chinese almond cookies. Rich, I can't read this. Gao? Gao! I don't know what the heck that is, but it sounds wonderful. Stick around. If you don't know what it is, let's stick around and have some. Right after celebration, we appreciate if you guys help us set up tables. And if you want to be a part of our Sunday celebration where we have food, sign up and let us know you're going to bring something so that you can share it with our congregation. It's one of the special things we do here at Vision, so thank you for that. So this week we have a very busy week. First of all, we have a class starting up with the Reverend Patti Paris. She's got Foundations class. You want to talk about it, Reverend Patti? There you go.
Foundations.
Foundations.
That's a good thing. Foundation. Foundations class is one of those foundational level classes that really express the 10 core concepts, how it works. Ernest Holmes used to say the thing itself, how it works, what it does, how we can use it. Answering those 4 questions in the introduction of the Science of Mind textbook, which is huge, But just those 4 introductory chapters tell you everything you ever want to know about your practice of this faith philosophy and how you can use it. Ernest Holmes said, change your thinking, change your life. Right? Change your hair color, change your life, change your haircut, change your life, all kinds of things. But it's this foundational level information that is really useful. This is a practical spirituality. So you are given spiritual tools to use to change your life. If you want your life changed, this is the class to come to. I know somebody once said a good Sunday service will change your day, but a class will change your life. So come see me. Yay. Thank you.
So then on Thursday night, we have our cabaret concert back. It's Rhea Carey who's going to be here with us. Rhea and Rainey. Time for a little R&R. 7 p.m. We've got tables set up in here so you can bring your own food and your own drinks, refreshments and stuff. So join us for that. We also have a chair set up too if you just want to be a part of that. Fun concert. Rhea Carey, we love Rhea. Starts at 7 p.m. Tickets are available in the Resource Center or online if you want to be a part of that. And then Saturday, Jacob Glass is going to be here. We've got him in the morning at 10 a.m. So we have a full week for you. We have got you entertained, spiritually fed. You are ready to go at Vision. I expect you all to be here every single day like I am. I want to mention one more time, Liz told me I couldn't thank her anymore for the website, so I'm not thanking her at all for all the wonderful she worked. I'm not going to thank her for anything she did. I am not doing that. It's a magnificent website. We're continuing to grow it. There's a lot of wonderful things that are happening in it. We appreciate that. We've been getting lots of comments on it. If you guys see something on there that you think you might want to add or it needs to be changed, let us know. Send an email at info@visioncsl.com. Appreciate that. So on February 12th, which is a Sunday, we are doing our 16th anniversary here at Vision. And yes, 16 years, yes. And, you know, it's scary. We're almost half the time in this building. This is how it starts to get scary. You know, this year sometime we'll be meeting that number. So we're calling it Remember and Recommit. So remember, becoming back a member. So if you're a member of Vision, we want to recommit to this. We want to recommit to Vision in what we're doing. The pandemic has put us all into a little more comfort level, and we want everybody to get back into here. We have our new volunteer coordinator, Cindy Britton, and we have lots of opportunities for you to join us and be a part of what we do, because we are Vision. All of us are Vision. Everybody online, we're all Vision. We are the community, so we're asking you to be a part of that. So February 12th, we're going to have all the practitioners here. It's going to be some really cool programs. Be a part of that. It's our 16th anniversary. Next week, Reverend Patti will be back. Her talk title is, that's not Renew. What is it next week? That's wrong. Fire that guy who did that. I don't know what our talk title is. I believe it's Recommit. So, Recommit. So anyway, so yes. Oh, God, there's a lot to do here. I do know we have Janet Hammer and Nathan Fry going to be singing with us next week, so appreciate that. I also want to give a shout out to Daryl Thompson for his singing with us today. Always, always, always. And James Vandenberg, let me just tell you, earlier today, you missed it, he was sweating like a dog. He asked me to turn the air conditioner on. I'm like, it's freezing in here, and you want air conditioning. Anyway, James, he works his butt off. Thank you, James Vandenberg, for all the work you do here, Vision. Thank you. Next week, so we were supposed to also have an animal blessing, and we're canceling that for right now. Some things came up, and we will redo it. We'll have it probably February, March, and we'll let you guys know about it. So we won't be doing this. So don't bring the horses, don't bring the cows and the pigs. I won't be able to bless them, and I don't have enough food to feed them. So we'll be doing that soon. Thanks, guys.
And I was all ready to bring my snake. Well, snakes need blessing too. We're going to stand up and we're going to say our affirmations. We're going to say them out loud. And oh my gosh, look at that. Yes, we are. I love that. We're going to say these out loud. And the truth of us, just breathe that in and breathe it out, and just know that these are statements of truth that are of us, you know, and Spirit through us and as us. So let's say them together. This is the day of great rejoicing. Oh yeah, see, now we're going to have some more energy around that one. My life is filled with a never-ending happiness, sunshine, and love. I feel renewed every day because I know God is the truth of me. One and two and three. What? Wait. Okay, we're going to do 1 and 2 and 3 again, and I want to hear the energy just rise with each and every one. You ready? This is the day of great rejoicing. I love it. My life is filled with never-ending happiness, sunshine, and love. I feel renewed every day because I know God is the truth of me. Wow. Did you feel that energy just come up and just kind of flow right through you? Absolutely. Oh, I love it. Let's go within right here for prayer, knowing that is the truth of me. Spirit is the truth of me. Spirit is the truth of all life everywhere. This sentient energy, which has created the universe and continues to create. The universe is continuing to expand. New planets and galaxies are forming. Old ones are falling away. Life is dynamic and changing all the time at the physical level. We know that Spirit is alive, awake, well, expanding, expressing dynamically through each and every life form. We know that we are part of that. We are some thread in the tapestry of all life, and it is all God, and it is all good, and so are we, and so it is. So it is.
There is peace on earth, and blessed begins with me. Go, go.